So you can see we've definitely found the lions again, and they have almost, well, basically finished the carcass. There isn't much left. It's just the young cubs scratching about, and you'll see them every now and then just looking up into the sky. Connor's here with a drone, but he's exceptionally far up, but they've obviously heard it. It's very quiet, this drone. It's actually amazing, and now they were watching it as it was buzzing about. So I wonder what they think it is. There we go. Some of the cubs have gone on a little bit of a walkabout now. Oh, they're going to all jump on each other, play piggyback. And off they go around. I think perhaps they've gone to use the luxury facilities. I think that they've learnt now from their parents that they can move around, but they have finished. And I don't think it's going to be too long before these lions start to wander a lot. Remember, a couple of months ago we were seeing moving about quite a bit. And I think they're going to get more and more adventurous as they get older. Looks like they've got a couple of bits of things that they can still munch on, but you can see after last night's feasting, there really isn't much left. So I suspect that they should probably move on after this morning. Maybe they'll just lay near about and wait for the vultures to come in. What is she eating? Looks like a liver or something that she's feasting on, that adult lioness. That doesn't look like a piece of muscle. Delicious. You can just hear the birds starting to wake. All the flies are out and about as well. I suspect that they probably would have settled around here. Now, luckily for us, sorry, my apologies, there's not a lot of water around as we saw last night in forms of puddles on the road. So they have to go to Buffelshoek Dam to have a drink. Quarry Pan is just a little bit too far away. So we might get them going all the way back again, which would be quite nice to see the whole pride move towards Buffelshoek. But the cubs are not ready to go anywhere. Well, at least these ones. They're feasting about, trying to get all the flesh off of the inside of the skin. Can you hear them crunching and chewing? You can see that that little one has now learned how to do the carnassial shear. Now, I said to you that these lions are probably going to move off, and I wonder if that lioness hadn't got up because the little cubs went on a bit of a wander. And they seem to be a bit nervous this morning, and even when we found them before the TV show, they were a little bit jumpy with the vehicles. I don't know why. And Eric, you're wondering how long, or how many times, would a lion return to the same kill? And that would depend on how much flesh is left. But as we saw it in winter, when they unfortunately the tables turn, and it's easier for the lions to catch various animals, from buffalo to waterbuck to kudu, you name it, because they're weakened by not having any food around. And we saw it a number of times where they'd eat a little bit and then move off entire carcasses and go and catch something else. Oh, they're being summoned. That little one is not waiting around, it's dashing off. Oh, here's one of the older cubs. I think these two must be the two of the older ones. Look how big they've got. They're so tall now. But also, sorry, I've got something flying around my head. Go away. Trying to go into my eyes and get the moisture. And it always makes me cringe when a fly lands on my face, especially when we're sitting around a kill with some lions, because you know where they've been sitting before. So we've got 2 left at the carcass. And I think, though, once they've finished up here, and these 2 decide to move on, I don't think that they're going to come back to this. I think that this is the end of the carcass. There's really not much left. What do you think, David? Do you think we should follow the rest of the gang, or do you think we should stay here? I think let's go and follow the ones that are up and moving around, because we know that these 2 are here, but I'm worried that we are going to lose the rest. I think we're going to have to try and sneak round this way. We got ourselves into a tricky spot here, but we'll take 2 seconds. We have to engage 4x4. David, watch these thorny branches. Let's quickly go around. Oh my goodness. Just have to go the scenic way. We'll catch up with them in just a moment. Yeah. Go through these ones. I've got no thorns on. Okay, where's my sneaky little spot that I used yesterday? Here it is. Go around the side of a termite mound. Careful, David, don't lean right. Are you good? Get covered in the bushes. Okay, now she's off too. Come on, little one, we'll have another look at this one, because this is actually a very nice view from here now. But they're all moving. Oh no, I wonder where they're going. Don't go north. Don't go north. Here we go. You hear the contact calling? I think she's saying, hey guys, wait up. And this little cub is not letting go of the carcass just yet, because as soon as these guys get up and move, the vultures are going to swoop in and devour what's left, and then there really won't be anything left for them to come back to. Come on, little one, you better catch up. Mom's going. Not giving up just yet. Now, Kirsten, you were wondering if there's any hyenas planning on stealing their carcass. No, not yet. But maybe now that they've moved back, we're going to see more lion hyena. Oh, hang on. David, hold on. This other lioness has just started racing off. I'm going to do the same thing. She's running down the road. Okay, she's just stopped. Sorry, everybody. That was interesting. I don't know why she just went into sort of a full sprint for just a couple of meters, just over here. And now she's settled down again. I don't know why she would have done that. I got excited. Oh, so nice to have the lions back on the property. I'm sure you all agree with me. David, you're quite happy about that, hey? Let's go out of 4x4 in case we need to do some chasing after lions. Now, we came through and I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any prey species, no impala or buffalo, any unsuspecting victims hanging around just yet. But you know, that's not to say that even though they've just been feeding, that if there's another opportunity to catch something, they're not going to say no. They might go for it. Let's see. Trying to work out where the rest of the guys went. I can only imagine they've come. There they are. Ah, hello. They're obviously on their way towards Buffelshoek Dam for a drink. And we'll just keep an eye out behind us for that one last little cub that's decided to man the carcass on by itself. And that's very brave, because those vultures are much larger than that little lion. That's nice. I think we're going to see our little floppy-eared girl, who hasn't really got a floppy ear anymore. Connor looks like he's above Buffelshoek Dam. He might actually get a nice view of these lions if they do go down to drink, because unfortunately, we'll just stop here and watch them. Bless you, David. Are you allergic to cats? Oh, da-dum-ch. They're on their way down now towards the dam. Like I said, Connor will probably get a good view just because they've blocked the road off. They're obviously trying to rehabilitate it and close it. It wasn't necessary, especially now that it's so full of water. And off they go. But we'll keep a healthy distance behind them. Just checking over my shoulder. Our little friend has not come back just yet. So they've all gone, but I can only see 4 lions. So the others must have really put foot and must be very thirsty, and that's where they're on their way to. I wonder how the hippos are going to react. I don't think they'll be too upset though, just because there is so much water in that dam now that they can drink on one end and really not be bothered. There they are. Naughty. This is very pretty. Let's have a look from here. See the others just disappearing down on the dam wall. Connor should start to pick them up now. If he looks by the balanites tree, he should start to see them. They're coming out. Run, 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 little one. Oh, they're full of beans today. I thought with a big belly like that they might have been on the sluggish side, but that doesn't seem to be stopping them. sorry, Jerry. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I didn't understand that. So apparently you're looking at everything from the drone now, which must be very cool. And I would love to, I'd absolutely love to see what it must look like. Lots of water. You can see one lioness coming through the water. You're going to hear me. I'm going to have to keep on driving now because I want to catch up to these lions. So I apologize. You're going to hear my engine going as I chat over. And you should see they use the same network. You notice that. They followed each other. One led the way all the way down to the edge of the water. And I'm sure you're going to probably see the hippos start to turn around and start to face those lions as well. They might give a bit of a snort. And I wonder whereabouts they're going to go. I wonder what's going to be the best view for us. But now you can get a big view of how full Buffelshoek Dam really is. And isn't that lovely? Oh, beautiful. They're all lining up as lions like to do. And there's a bit of mist and haze, but as the sun gets warmer and warmer, that is going to... Oh, little one you got left behind. That mist will burn away. I'm actually going to come down so we can get a really nice close-up view of these lions in a moment, of them drinking water. Come on, little one. There's a little one crying. It's like it's lost. It doesn't realize that they're all just down here. Oh, David, how beautiful is this? And I can see my favorite little girl. Yes, there's David and I with the lions. Wave, David. But this is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So we've got 1, 2, 3 adult lions. Here we go. Now you should be able to see them lapping up the water. We've changed view. Come on, little lion. I can hear this one calling frantically, but it just needs to go past the tall grass, and then it'll be fine. And then it'll be able to find the rest. Can you hear it? I wish I could respond for that little cub. There's a blacksmith lapwing shouting. There we go. Just about to be reunited with its family. Look there. This is the one that was left at the carcass. Oh, very happy to be home. And now normally the lionesses would have responded to that call, but as you can imagine, they're very thirsty and they're very busy at the moment, so the last thing that they want to do is have to call a little cub in that is just a couple of feet away from reuniting with the rest of them. Oh, I'm so happy. Welcome home, Nkuhumas, welcome home. Now we just need your 2 sisters to come back and join you guys, and then you'll be a one big happy family again. The lions seem chuffed. The birds aren't. The Egyptian geese are shouting. The blacksmith lapwing and the 3-banded plover are all giving their alarm calls now, warning everybody else around here that they are large predators. And the hippopotamus have disappeared underwater. They seem to be a little bit on the frightened side. I don't blame them. I'd probably also duck for cover if a group of lions like this approached me. This is beautiful. And they can consume large amounts of water too. You'll be surprised. They'll sometimes stay at one pan and drink continuously for up to 10 minutes. And we do always have new viewers, so sometimes we do repeat ourselves. And the reason why they'll come down after they've had a big meal like that is it just helps aid in digestion. It's almost like after Christmas lunch or Christmas dinner or just a big birthday party lunch or a buffet. You know what it's like. It's nice to have a nice cool glass of water just to help let your meal settle. It's actually very interesting. I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to race back to the carcass and watch those vultures devour the last remaining scraps? Or should we stay here? Or where are these lions going to go now? That's another question. Are they going to go back and chase the vultures away? It'll be interesting. I'd love to try and keep up with them and not get stuck too far behind. But we're going to go and try and follow them. Of course, we're not going anywhere. And let's go across to James now and see if he's having... Unfortunately, this is going to be the last view we get of the Nkuhumas, because they have decided that it is very hot, as Brent said earlier about it not being a great morning to do frogging because of the heat. And the Nkuhumas, I think, are saying the same thing, is that they've got bellies full, they've had a drink of water. I'm sure they're going to settle in now for their mid-morning siesta, well, till this evening. But the spot that they're heading to, it is a wall of trees. It is almost impossible to take this vehicle through without scaring the Nkuhumas. So I think we'll probably leave it at that. There she goes, the last one. Bye-bye, girl. And it's a nice spot that they've got. There's lots of guaris, there's lots of big wattle trees here. It'll be very, very cool. And also the sand is nice and wet as well, so that's going to help cool them down. But thank you, Nkuhumas, for that lovely sighting.